Welcome back to the show. I'm your host, Sheridan Nichols, and we've got Jack Spurgeon with us from the fire department and Felicia McNabb with us from the American Red Cross. And you two are teaming up.
Yes.
Is that correct? This is great. So tell us a little bit about what you two are up to.
One of the goals of the Red Cross over the next 5 years really is to help bring down the numbers of deaths and injuries due to home fires. The Red Cross responds to 75,000 disasters a year, and 93% of those are home fires. And I think everybody knows that, injuries and deaths are greatly reduced if they have a smoke detector, if the family has a plan, yet only about 20% of families do that. So we're partnering up, and during the third week of June the 17th, the Red Cross and our volunteers are going to go around, and we're going to start at the Bristol Heights community in the mobile home park. And the week before, we'll be taking these door hangers so they know we're coming.
Okay.
And that's going to give them some basic information about when we'll be there and what we'll be doing. We'll be educating people on how to make a plan and what to do. And then we're going to assess how many smoke detectors do they have and do they need some. And that's where the fire department's going to come in. We've had several of these smoke detectors donated, and they're going to install them for us. So
That's great.
Because I know nobody wants me installing a smoke detector in their home.
Me neither. they would not work.
Yeah, this only enhances their ability to have access to more smoke detectors.
Yeah.
Most departments have a smoke detector program that they've, partnered in either with themselves, the American Red Cross, or the state that they're with. So this only gives us that more chance of making that survivability for our folks in the communities by getting these installed in these locations.
And it will give you a chance, I'm sure, to just check what they do have in place. Because I know oftentimes we'll mention, change your batteries and do these things, but sometimes the detector itself might not be working or is outdated and needs to be changed. How often do we change?
Well, the smoke detectors, now they're making the newer ones that are self-sustaining for 10 years. You never have to change the battery. But if you have the older ones, you need to change the batteries twice a year in those to make sure they're working in good condition and test them. But you also need to replace all the smoke detectors that are 10 years or older.
Perfect. So now how did you decide this to me sounds like one of these great grassroots campaigns where you're going door to door but really that's the best way to tackle something like this.
It is, and this will be the first time we've done this as partners in Bristol, Tennessee, so we're very excited about that. And this will probably not be the last time, so we're hoping over the next several years to do this several times. We have done a fire canvassing event in another one of our areas, and we felt like it was very successful, so we were very pleasantly surprised by the reception that we received.
So will you start just in one community? I mean, clearly it's not like you can go all over Bristol, so you'll just sort of start with a community, test that out, see how that goes, and then work your way, around town, really.
Yeah, we looked at our geographics in the area, and we already knew where we had worked some smoke detector installations, and so we looked at where we had fire incidents and how often we have them. Plus we looked at maybe the areas itself, and we thought obviously we always talk about the manufactured homes, how much faster they can burn, and so we want to start in those areas to make sure those folks have the proper amount of smoke detectors, and that way we start there, and then as we move forward with this partnership, then we'll look at other areas that we have a need in.
Well, you all will have to come back and tell us how it went and what you're thinking next. And this is great. It's nice when our different organizations really get together and work together. I think it makes such a difference for our community overall.
We're very excited about it, and we wouldn't want to do it without the fire department, because I think that is like something they've had an initiative in the past, and they've got the experience, and we've got the volunteers, so I think it's a good partnership.
That's perfect. Am I missing anything? Anything either of you want to add?
Now we hope people will look at this as a favorable thing and nothing unfavorable, because this is the only way we can get the education material out there and get the necessary equipment out there to protect people's lives.
Now, if somebody's watching at home and they're thinking, I'm not sure about my fire, detectors, can they call the fire department and just ask, would somebody mind coming out and
Yeah, we
all
do.
that?
We do checks, and if they feel there is a need for smoke detectors in other areas in the city other than what we're targeting right now, we'll be more than glad to come out and evaluate their situation to make sure. And as long as we have the availability with the smoke detectors we have, then we'll get those in as well.
That's great. Well, thank you two for coming on today. It's a great cause, and we'll look forward to having you back, letting us know how it all goes.
Thank you.
And you'll be busy. Y'all will be busy installing it.
We hope so, yeah.
Yeah, that is great. Well, thank you so much. And thank you so much for tuning in today. See you next time.